What Ilia Malinin just did at the Olympic Gala is unlike anything we've ever seen in figure skating. 8 days after finishing 8th, when gold seemed to be easy, he returned to the Olympic ice. Not in a glittering costume, but in a gray hoodie and ripped jeans. And what he did next shocked the entire figure skating world. This was not a performance. This was a mental health statement, raw, honest, and devastating. Let's talk about what he was wearing, because it matters. No sequins, no sparkles, no traditional figure skating costume. A gray oversized hoodie with fear written upside down and a pair of Balmain ripped jeans. Street clothes like he just walked off campus. This is the Quad God, 2-time world champion, the most technically advanced skater in the world. And he showed up to the Olympic Gala looking like he was about to grab coffee, not perform. He skated to the song Fear by NF, an American rapper who writes about mental health struggles, about losing control, about the weight of expectation. The choreography was unlike anything Olympic ice has ever seen. He started with the sound of social media notifications flooding in, reading comment after comment. Then he began acting out what those comments do to you. He batted away invisible cameras. He pulled his hood over his head. He crouched down on the ice, trying to hide from it all. At one point, he fell to his knees and drew himself into his hoodie like he was trying to disappear. This was not choreography about winning. This was choreography about surviving, about what it actually feels like when the entire world is watching and you cannot escape. Then he did his trademark backflip, landing on one blade, but this time it felt different. Not like a showstopper, more like a release. The crowd erupted in a standing ovation, and Ilia became visibly emotional. This was not about proving he could still do it. This was about reclaiming something after 8 days of feeling like he had lost everything. And then came the ending, the moment that left the entire arena silent. He mimed putting on headphones, and the music cut to complete silence. The Milano ice skating arena went quiet. It was the most powerful moment in Olympic figure skating history, a skater standing alone on the ice in total silence after performing about mental health, about pressure, about the noise that never stops. And he chose silence. He chose to turn it all off. He chose to show the world what peace looks like, because every athlete has to deal with it, but nobody seems to talk about it. But here is why this performance matters so much. Because a few days earlier, Ilia Malinin experienced something no athlete should ever have to go through. 8 days before this gala, February 13th, Ilia Malinin was the overwhelming favorite to win Olympic gold. He was known as the Quad God, 2-time world champion, 4-time US champion, the only skater in history to land a quad axel in competition. He led after the short program. Everything was going according to plan. Then the free skate happened. He popped his quad axel in the air, fell twice, and doubled a quad loop. He completely unraveled and finished 8th. One of the most shocking moments in Olympic history. The sure thing that was not sure at all, and the internet exploded. After the gala performance, Ilia spoke to journalists. What he said was devastating. He told them tonight's performance was just an extension of the emotions that he had been feeling for the past year leading up to these Olympics. An entire year of pressure building. He continued that it had been so stressful, so much pressure from people, the noise, the media, the thoughts. It was something that no athlete should go through. Think about that. The most technically gifted figure skater in the world saying the mental pressure of the Olympics is something no one should experience. He had been working on the fear routine for months. It was not a spontaneous piece after his mental breakdown as many people thought. He knew what was coming, and he knew he would not be the only one who felt like this at the Olympics. So he decided to talk about it for the sake of every athlete under pressure. George Mason University, where Ilia is a student, described the performance as showing a bold young man facing immense pressure, constant criticism, and high expectations, eventually buckling under the weight of it all, falling to his knees and drawing into his hoodie to hide. That is what we watched, an athlete buckling under pressure on Olympic ice in front of millions. Time magazine called it a sober representation of the loss of control Malinin says he has been feeling as the hype and expectation around his Olympic debut built. Loss of control. That is what the scrolling phone represented. That is what the flinching from flashbulbs showed. That is what hiding under his hood meant. He lost control and he showed us what that looks like. This performance was not just about Ilia. It was about every athlete who has ever felt this way. Social media allows millions of people to comment, to criticize, to judge, without ever understanding what that pressure does. Ilia mimed batting away those comments because that is what it feels like, an endless flood you can never escape until you put on headphones and choose silence. But Ilia Malinin is not done. This performance had a second message. After the gala, Ilia made an announcement. World Championships in Prague, March 23rd through 29th. He said that his next goal is to have a redemption skate at the World Championships. Redemption skate, not redemption performance, not comeback, redemption. He is a two-time world champion going for his third consecutive title. Nathan Chen was the last American to win 3 straight world championships in 2018, 2019, and 2021. Ilia wants that, and after what we just saw at the gala, after he exercised those demons on Olympic ice, he's coming back stronger. The gala wasn't closure for Ilia, it was a reset. He performed his trauma, he visualized what the pressure felt like, he showed the world the invisible battles he had been fighting, and then he ended it with silence, choosing to turn off the noise, choosing peace over chaos. That is not an athlete giving up, that is an athlete taking his power back. He said that he really just wanted to share an extension of his thoughts and something he had been feeling for the whole Olympic season. He shared it. Now he's moving on, with the whole world knowing what he went through. What Ilia Malinin did at that gala matters, because figure skating has never seen anything like it. Athletes are not supposed to show vulnerability. They are supposed to be perfect, unbreakable, immune to pressure. Ilia showed the truth. The pressure breaks everyone, even the quad god. But breaking does not mean you are done. It means you are human. And sometimes being human is more powerful than being perfect. Ilia Malinin leaves the Milan Cortina Olympics with team gold. No individual medal, but something more important. He started a conversation about mental health in sports, about the cost of being the favorite, about what happens when millions of people expect perfection. And he did it in a gray hoodie with a backflip and complete silence. Do you think athletes should talk more openly about mental health? Was Ilia's gala performance the most powerful moment of the entire Olympics? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe. We are covering the World Championships in Prague in March, where Ilia is going for redemption. The quad god just showed us his fear. Now he is coming back to show us his power, and figure skating will never be the same.